Good afternoon, folks. This is Deb Delapiana. Almost every day there's something new to talk about where the GOP is concerned. And I know that we have focused on Ron DeSantis a lot, but we're going to focus on him just a little bit more today. Because even though we covered this in a very light manner last night as part of a bigger picture, I want this to be front and center today, okay? We're going to talk about the Special Olympics. The Special Olympics were essentially held in Orlando from June 5th to the 11th of this year. Now, the Special Olympic Committee sent out a notice in January of this year that all participants, and there are 5,500 of them, and attendees had to be vaccinated to attend. Now, there's a reason for that. The reason is that people with intellectual disabilities, and that would include Down syndrome and autism, are more susceptible to catching COVID. And in fact, let me just read this little statement here from the New England Journal of Medicine. It states, if diagnosed with COVID-19, patients with intellectual disabilities were more likely to be admitted to the hospital and were more likely to experience mortality due to COVID-19 following admission. Now, these are people who have, as I said, Down syndrome, Fragile X syndrome, and autism. And that is the core of the participants who would be taking place in the Special Olympics this year. So what does Ron DeSantis do? Because he's an egregious dog who, his political aspirations, take precedence over everything that's going on. He proved that with COVID in his own state, and he's proved it again in May of this year, just 1 month before the Olympics were to start in his state. He fined the Special Olympics Committee $27.5 million for the mask mandate. For the vaccine mandate. He literally fined an organization whose job it is to protect compromised children, millions of dollars that could destroy that organization on a worldwide basis. 1 month before, when they could not move that venue and hold it someplace else. It's impossible to move an event that big in that short a period of time. There's something wrong with people like that. And this is the man who said he was going to put on the full armor of the law to fight the left. It's not the left that needs to be fought. It's the right that needs to be fought. They are hateful, disgusting individuals with absolutely no soul. They have absolutely no place in public service because they do not serve the public. The Special Olympics Committee was bullied into dropping that mandate and putting all of those kids at risk. They have remained silent, and this is the one thing they did wrong. Their website talks about COVID-19 and what everybody needs to do to protect these kids. They've done all of that right. But their remaining silent after the fact is something they should not be doing. They need to speak up about this. They need to let people know that this is not okay, because their silence makes them look like they condone it. Not only did they drop that mandate and not fight him, because they obviously didn't have enough time to take him back to court, but they're remaining silent now. The people who run the Special Olympics Committee should be talking about this and talking about it a lot. And as long as we're talking about the GOP, which claims such an allegiance with the Lord, let's talk about the fact that there are 22 Republican-run states right now who are suing so that they can have the right to deny LGBT and transgender children school lunches. Does that sound godlike to you? Now, I don't know, but frankly, I was brought up a Catholic and I went to Catholic school for 14 years. I don't fall in the realm of believer right now, but I will tell you this. I was taught that the good Lord's policies made him a leftist. He accepted everybody. He defended Mary Magdalene. He's the man who said, let the first one who has no sin cast the first stone. You know, I'm sorry, folks, but none of what the GOP talks about, does, legislates, or represents has anything to do with actual Christianity. Now, Christian nationalism, that's a different story. That's what they are. They're telling you they're the party of Christian nationalism, and Christian nationalism basically misuses God's teachings to levy authoritarian rule. And that is exactly what Ron DeSantis is doing in Florida. He's a fucking dictator. He's got no place in public service. Vote him out of office. In fact, we have 147 seditionist legislators on the GOP side that need to be voted out. We can get them out of office quicker than any government can remove them. You have your job. Let's get it done. I'll talk to you guys later.